Okay guys, just a really quick tutorial here on how to complete the remote access portion of the lab. Basically there are two parts. We're going to look at remote desktop, and then we're going to look at a web-based version called TeamViewer. So first of all, let's go ahead and go to the desktop. Okay, so here we are, and the first thing we'll need to do is activate remote desktop in the Windows install. So go ahead and click on the Start button, and you're going to type in remote access. And what we want is the remote desktop settings. So once you see this icon, click there. Go to settings. Now in my computer, a lot of this stuff is already set by the IT department. For example, this slider, this is the main piece right here. You want to make sure that enable remote desktop is switched to on. For yours, it'll probably be blue when it switches over. For mine, it's done remotely, so I don't have a choice about it. And then these two boxes need to be checked. Once those things are done, your computer is set up to accept remote desktop help using the remote desktop application in Windows. The name that you're going to use for your computer is located here. This is how you'll connect. Now, alternatively, you can use the internal IP address of your computer if you just want to exchange IP addresses with your partner, whoever that may be. You can do that, or you can give them this name, but they will need this name to connect to your computer. So once you've got those two things done, or once you've got this done and this copied or written down or something, then you can go ahead and close this window and go back into the Start button, type in remote. And what you want to open this time is the remote desktop application. You're going to paste in the name or the IP address that you were given by your partner. You're going to click connect, and when you do, it's going to go through the process of connecting. It may or may not ask you if this is a secure connection. Just tell it yes or okay, and then it should connect to your partner's computer, and it should give you the opportunity to log in. Go ahead and use your partner's computer name, which will be their letter, and the password, of course, will be capital P, lowercase a, $, WORD1. So once you have entered that information, you should be able to log into your partner's computer, move the mouse around, get verification from the instructor, and at that point you'll be finished with the first part of the remote access assignment. So once you're done with that, you can close down remote desktop connection, and you'll be ready to move on to the next step. The next step is a web-based application called TeamViewer. And so what we're going to do is we're going to download that. You'll need to be on the blue cables for this part. You were on the gray cables last time for the remote desktop application. This would be for an instance when you're doing tech support over the internet. Somebody that's not on your local area network, or someone that's not behind your router. So at that point, you're going to open up a web browser and type in TeamViewer. You're going to go to the remote desktop tool. You're going to go to free download. And the one that you want is the personal use, the non-professional use. So you'll click there, download for free. You're going to go to the TeamViewer United States mirror. You want to make sure Windows is selected. And what we're going to download is the full client. So you're going to download 64-bit full client. And you're going to all that. So it should take just a few seconds to download. And then once it downloads, you'll click OK, and it should run through the install process. Default installation will be fine, accept and next. And then it'll run through its process, and you're just going to hit yes, next, or continue as the opportunity presents itself until it's done. Alrighty, and so we accept the EULA, continue, starting TeamViewer. And so basically what we want to do is we want to provide help. This is for the person that's going to connect. The other person is going to get help. So they're going to give you a code or an address, and you're going to put it here and hit connect, and you'll be able to connect back to them. For those of you who are providing help, we're going to sign into TeamViewer. You'll have to create a free account. It doesn't cost anything. I recommend going with Google and going for school email address. And when you do, it's going to do something similar to this. It's going to look kind of like a Zoom opening. In fact, it's the same general idea as Zoom. So this is Open TeamViewer. You're going to say open, and the encryption key is the password that you set up when you created your account. You're going to enter that and sign in. Okay, and it should say free license, non-commercial use only. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and close that session down. Alright, so what you want to do now is, if you are the person that is offering help, you're going to create a session. You can call it whatever you want to, but the important thing is that you can send this link. You're going to copy it and give it to the person that you're going to connect with, because you're going to be in charge of their PC for a second. So you're going to copy the session link, and you're going to email it or text it or whatever it is you do, but you're going to give that. Actually, they can probably come over to your computer and write it down, quicksupport.me/ and then that session ID. But once they've done that, then you're going to give that to them, and they are going to come back. And now, as you can see, I'm waiting for users to join. So if I, when your partner enters that session, they're going to go in. Now let's switch perspectives to the partner that needs help. They're going to go in and click join a session, and they're going to paste in that session code that you gave them. They're going to either click on that website, or they're going to paste in the session code, whichever one you choose to do. And then you can go ahead and connect. At that point, you'll be able to follow through the steps. Basically, the person who's being connected to will have to agree to the process, and then at that point, the person who's doing the connecting will be able to remotely operate the Connector or the ConnectEase computer. At that point, you want to call the instructor over and get verification, and then you can close the whole thing down and reverse the process. At that point, you'll be done. So hopefully that won't be too terribly complicated. All right, so we've learned how to remotely connect to a desktop, 2 possible ways. Let's go ahead and get this done, and then like I said, as soon as you're completed with that, you can start on the virtualization install and get that done, and we'll go from there. If you have any questions, I'm available in class, or I can be reached through the Canvas inbox, and I will hopefully see you in class on Monday.